Welcome to an episode of Black Metal and Brews. I'm Ben. We're drinking 6 Points Abigale while listening to King Diamond's album Abigale. This was too obvious not to do. This is the 6th beer of my 6-pack, and this is probably the 1000th time I've listened to this album. So, you may find yourself saying, Ben, this isn't a black metal tape. And you'd be right. The King Diamond's influence on black metal as a genre, and heavy metal as a whole for that matter, is undeniable. This album came out the year I was born, 1987, and it's still one of the finest metal albums I can imagine. Abigale from Sixpoint is an example of a solid American take on the Abbey Ale. The founder of Sixpoint traveled and... Sorry, I'm listening and enjoying. He visited with many traditional monastic brewers to really understand the essence of the Abbey Ale style. However, in making their own, Sixpoint added a healthy amount of American hops. This decision, in my mind, does not create a beer that's quite as enduring as some of the Belgian ales that I have enjoyed over the years. However, were this marketed as something other than an Abbey Ale, I'd find myself quite fond of it. So some of this, in fact a lot of this, has to do with my association with the style, more than it has to do with the quality of the beer itself. And, you know, it's a good beer. It's hoppy, it's got a little bit of sugar, caramel, some nice kind of spice esters going on. It's really not a bad beer. But when I bought this thinking of an Abbey Ale, I was definitely not getting what I thought I was getting. I'm glad I got it. I've had other 6 Point beers. These guys love their hops, and they do a great job of giving them the right avenue to shine. Abigale, the album. I don't have words for how much I enjoy this. Like a lot of young heavy metal lovers, I found myself baffled by King Diamond when I first heard him. I was presented with the title track from this album, and I was probably 15, and it sounded like a joke to me. His little, you know, his vocal warbles, the high pitch, like, it was overwhelming. I didn't understand what to make of it. I wanted to hear guys yelling. I wanted it to be clean. I wanted it to make sense. King Diamond doesn't have to make sense. It's about the beauty of heavy metal, of a good horror story. It's just... it's fucking awesome. And I remember it clicking with me after a while. I couldn't get the riffs out of my head, and I couldn't stop. The cheesy chuckles that he makes, everything, it's all part of the appeal. And it's so musically on point I mean, the entire band in this era were prime musicians. Were it not for some of the over-the-top theatrics and the face paint, I have a feeling that King Diamond would be even more revered than he is, although to me that's part of what makes King Diamond so great. This album, I've gone through 2 or 3 copies on CD. Now I got this on tape. I ordered this on tape just to make this video because it had to be done. And I was really tempted to just do it with the title track because it's so iconic. But instead I picked that silly little intro because I had to, man. It's so good. If you love heavy metal and you don't love King Diamond or don't love the album Abigale, you're not wrong. This is not my place to tell you that your taste isn't accurate. But I feel like you and I are probably listening for different reasons and getting different things from what we hear. I still, I want to be an idiot and do air guitar to this. I want to wear silly face paint and frown really big and, do all the King Diamond gestures. This is as legendary as anything I can imagine. And it's awesome. Oh my gosh, just the way those guitars fit in, this is really cool. This is not black metal, this is heavy metal, and it's some of the best heavy metal there is. And this beer, much like King Diamond's music, has grown on me. I cracked the first one and I was disappointed. When I first heard Abigale, oh god, dude, I was repulsed. And it's just, Jarrett's here to help. And sometimes things you don't expect turn out to be really enjoyable. Like the cat entering the video. I thought it would be something that ruins these videos. You guys seem to enjoy it well enough. Anyway, we're gonna sit for a minute here because I'm about to become somebody's nap-lap. Now it's kind of interesting. You probably noticed the head was thin. It went away really quickly. It's got kind of a nice pinkish orangish color. All in all, it's, I don't think they got as much out of the Belgian candy sugars as they wanted to for the sweetness, but you can definitely tell that they've done something to temper their hops here. I don't give numerical ratings, but I feel like this is just above average for me. I, however, do see this being another beer. I'll probably have it again, and it'll probably become something that I find myself liking more and more. When I started the 6-pack, I was bummed. I didn't think I'd be very happy with this. And I was like, oh god, how am I going to make a video? And I felt it'd be better to be honest about it and say that this isn't a revolutionary beer for me. But it's a beer that I'm finding myself warming up to as I stop expecting it to be something and just enjoy it for what it is. Similarly, King Diamond is unlike anything else. You can liken his music and his music with Merciful Fate to so many things. But let's be honest, there's no one like the King, and nor should there be. You can try and imitate and you'll just make a fool of yourself. So, thank you for tuning in. Listen to Abigale. Give Abigale the beer a try. And if this one doesn't do it for you, their resin is a great beer. They've got others too, the Sweet Action. They've got good beers. And I will keep making good videos, or trying to. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. See you next time.